COVID. People still blame it on COVID.
Yeah, so blaming my weight gain on COVID.
Yeah, put on all this COVID weight again.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we are back. Welcome back to the Ready Simple podcast, episode 319. Our returning champion, Lizzy Weisman, fan favorite.
Yes, I was so excited about that.
I know. I told you, people enjoyed our conversation.
I love that. I know, most views I've ever had on anything. So it's amazing. Seriously, I was like, oh, okay, something worked here.
Got a good rapport. What's going on, girl? What's new?
A lot, man.
I know you told me that I asked if you wanted to drink today, and you told me you can't because I know last time you're thinking about freezing your eggs, but I guess it's a go ahead, huh?
Oh yeah, I'm all bruised up right here.
Bruised up? How's that?
Like this is the hormonal weight, so I was like COVID.
Do they like scrape you?
Oh no,
how does that?
I like can't see you.
I know. I'm trying to move this.
Let's
there you go.
There you go. I inject myself. I shoot myself up.
And like it forces you to ovulate.
Yeah,
and
it's like an egg factory.
Okay, and then what do you take it? Like, do you fucking get one of those turkey bases and pull them out yourself, or do they do it?
Yeah, and then I put it in an ice cube tray and keep it in my freezer.
You put it like freeze pops?
Yeah, right. It's just like
you put one of those little sticks in them,
and then like the otter pops, just snap it later. Yeah, they just I go for it's actual surgery, so they put me under on some.
Holy shit! I didn't know it was that intense. I thought it was like kind of an outpatient thing.
No, it's one day, but like it's 15 minutes, and then I go home. Okay. But what's crazy is I've already done one round, so they wheel you in, and you're in like a hospital. I've never had surgery ever, and they're like, okay, we're gonna set you up, and they put my legs in like cow stirrups, yeah. Not stirrups from a gynecological.
There's more intense stirrups out there.
Yeah, they were like. My whole calf was in it, and they strapped my legs into the stirrups. Oh,
but even though they knock you out, they have to strap you in. Mm-hmm. That's fucking weird. Does that mean like you're a buck if they don't lock you up like a fucking mental patient?
It's crazy. And then they gave me propofol, and I was like, this was nice.
Okay, is that the stuff that killed Michael Jackson?
Yeah, but he was doing that, at least that thing, right? You know,
dude, how desperate for sleep do you have to be? It's like, yeah, just anesthetize me. It's so far beyond Ambien.
Oh yeah.
So far beyond like drinking too much melatonin or whatever before bed or smoking a joint.
Fucks
just put me. I mean, when you're under anesthesia, you're basically dead. They basically kill you and then bring you back to life. They don't know how it works.
Oh, good. I've been wanting to die for a while. It was really. They're like, you're gonna count back from 10, and I was like, all right, how long? 10. And it was because I have anxiety, so to fall asleep takes a long time.
Yeah.
And my brain's always going. My jokes come to me as I'm falling asleep.
A little delirium sets in.
Sign of a genius. I don't know.
Yeah, who told you that? Your mother?
My Jewish mother. You're a genius.
Just
you're
loving on you.
Yeah.
What's it like waking up from that? Because I've never been put under general anesthesia. What's it like?
Ever?
No, I've never had to have surgery, thankfully, so far. But it must be fucking because. It must be like bewildering because like you pass out one place and wake up in another and like all this shit happened. You're like, what the fuck?
I mean, I was 21.
I
know. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be groggier and like I wanted the videos that people put on the internet. It's like, what crazy shit you say?
You got your egg scraped just so you can get a viral video out of it?
Right, exactly. It's like I'm doing round 2 just so I could take another nap, not because I need it. No,
you went for a nap and some fucking internet content?
Yeah, so that's all I want. But I just came out of it and I was like, okay. Like it was very light.
Okay.
It was like not a twilight.
And how many do they harvest in this
as many as they can get. They want to get double digits because you have to think about it this way. I also told them I was talking about this on the podcast, and they were so happy because it's not.
They want like promotion.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's not.
Yeah, go to wherever this hospital is. You got it done, guys.
Yeah, there's so many. I can give you a recommendation. DM me at the Lizzy Weisman. So what?
Oh, yeah. How many eggs do they take?
Oh, so she wants to get double digits because like I'm older, and so like the more we have, the more we can work with, right? So say they get 10. Out of the 10, maybe half are good.
Okay.
And of those half, maybe 3 don't have diseases, and then maybe of those 3, 1 takes. You know what I mean? So they got 6 out of me last time, and this time hopefully they're gonna get more.
Another 6, get a baker's dozen.
That'd be great.
Maybe 13,
maybe 13, throw an extra one in. Yeah. Except last time I got them out, they told me, just want to let you know they looked a little brown and grainy.
Brown and grainy?
Yeah. And then I told my boyfriend that, and he's so fucking positive I want to kill him. He goes, oh, that's okay, babe. It's like free range organic. I was like, shut up.
Free range organic?
Like, shut up.
Brown and grainy sounds rotten. I don't know about free range.
It sounds rotten.
Rotten eggs.
That smell. Remember that high school? Like you was it the stink bomb?
Oh, the stink bombs. Oh yeah, those
Rotten
things were
it.
horrible.
Yeah,
Used to
pussy
like those
stink
electric-
bomb.
Pussy stink bomb.
That's my new handle for OnlyFans. Pussy stink bomb.
Give me the name of your first comedy album, Pussy Stink Bomb.
Pussy stink bomb. Speaking, what is going on behind us?
I know
Is that
it,
sperm?
it switches it up. I like it. The LED wall, it's trippy.
It's like because eggs on my brain. It's like sperm. I'm watching it.
Green sperm. Who's
Green
that?
sperm.
Shrek sperm.
Green sperm, brown eggs.
Brown eggs,
right.
yeah.
Green
You're
sperm
having a kid in
and eggs.
Whoville. Yeah.
The new Dr. Seuss.
So how long does it extend your ability to have kids?
I'm storing them for 5 years.
Okay, but like I mean, like if you're in your 40s, is it cool to like carry a kid?
Yeah, they say after like 45, maybe not so much.
Okay, so it adds like 5 years to the clock. Okay.
Yeah, I'm 37.
Are you gonna have somebody else carry it? Hire like a Guatemalan lady or something?
I don't know, man. Like I don't even know if I want kids. This is like a just in case. Like it's very expensive just in case.
I know. What if you don't mind me asking? What kind of what are we talking about per egg here?
Per egg or per cycle. So
Okay.
it's in total for 2 rounds. It was $15,000, and that doesn't include the medication. The medication's about like 3,500.
Oh my
each time.
God.
So thanks, mom and dad.
Oh my God. I guess they really want grandkids.
They already have 2. They just want,
Oh my God.
I just feel like really like my boyfriend's younger than me. I like feel there's the societal pressures, but also part
Oh
of me
my
is
God.
like,
Forget about it.
do I want or do I not want? Like I
Yeah.
can't decide because I've worked with kids my whole life. I was a preschool teacher. I work with
Yeah, I
teenagers.
feel like that would push you away from it.
Yeah, I think I spent a lot of my own like I was selfless in my 20s, and now I'm like, fuck y'all. I want to be selfish. Like I'm in my selfish phase a little bit.
I mean, I feel like we're all in our selfish phase. We're all still people.
That's true. We're
I
all
feel like having kids is one of the most selfish things you can do.
You think so?
It's certainly there's a bit of narcissism and ego involved in that. You want someone that is of your likeness to be roaming around the earth.
That's true.
You know, and clearly we don't need more fucking people. I mean, if you've ever been on a highway in this country or on a fucking airplane,
or in LA.
we can use less people. You know,
We can use
we're running out of water for
less
Christ's
dumb
sake.
people. We need to get rid of the dumb people.
Yeah, but I mean, I would include myself in that. I don't think I'm in the top 10% of people on Earth.
You're doing shit. You're out here. You're like hustling.
Yeah, but I'm not like the world can easily do without me.
No, I can't do without you.
Oh,
Guys, let's
please.
save Randy. Hashtag save
I won't be
Randy.
missed. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I
2
get
weeks
it.
time, no one will even remember
I'd be
me.
like, who? Like, swipe next. He unfollowed me. Unfollow him back.
Yeah. Well, dude,
He died.
That's actually a wild thing I've read in like I forget where I read it.
Oh, look, it's like I farted. Okay, sorry. Yeah.
Oh my God! Yeah, there's a little poop in there, a little diarrhea. I read an article that said something like about how social media companies don't delete the accounts of dead people, right? And if you don't have their password, like anyone in the family has their password, who's going to go in there and delete the account? So I mean, at some point there's going to be more dead people on the internet than live ones.
So it's gonna be like instead of the metaverse, it's like the ghost. Like
Yeah, it's gonna be like a fucking
the
haunted
haunted house.
internet.
haunted internet.
Yeah, don't worry though, bots will still outnumber everybody.
1,000%. But that's great. I mean, I get it because like I've known people, 3 people who have like died and their profiles are still up, and on their birthday they'll say something, and I've heard people make
Someone
jokes
in their
about
family.
this. Like, what is the ghost gonna be like? Thank you for my birthday wish.
Well, like Michael Jackson has a Twitter account. Speaking of Michael Jackson,
They have people.
someone in his estate is doing it.
What
it's
is he?
wa-
What is it? Just saying like I'm back, hee hee.
I
Like,
don't-
what is he saying? Like, what is he saying?
I'm under your kid's bed. Hee hee.
Oh God, that's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Well, I want Tupac to have one then.
I know they had a
And
hologram
Elvis,
of him.
A hologram now.
I've thought about like maybe I should stockpile some things, for people to post after I'm gone. Take a few shots of people.
Okay, yeah, just be like,
Have some fun with it.
Post this.
Yeah,
afterwards.
here's the schedule for the next 30 days. Post these. Do
like,
my
I've been-
farewell messages.
I've been wanting to say this to this person, but I couldn't say it to their face. And now that I'm dead, please let them know how much I
Oh
fucking
yeah,
hate
or even
them.
just like jokes and shit.
They feel funny.
Somebody asked me like, 'cause, like I have a bunch of shit I don't post. I was like, maybe this one's not going to be received too well.
Okay.
It's like, yeah, just post all that. See if I can get my account banned post death.
That'd be amazing. You're the first
Yeah,
person.
can you ban
to
a
get
dead guy?
canceled. Canceled in death. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. That's so fun. What's going on with you?
Nothing, man. Been working a lot. Fucking just driving around for Uber. Fucking doing comedy, doing this show.
Nice.
Staying busy. There is something I actually wanted to bring up with you because I brought it up with Jeff last night.
Okay.
You know, I've done like, you know, a couple thousand rides now for Uber.
Yeah.
And, you know, half my passengers are women. A lot of times there's 2 women in the back. And Jeff mentioned something to me, and I thought nothing of it at the time. But then last night, like after hearing, you know, the fucking 800th conversation between 2 women in the back of my car.
I'm doing
Do
this.
women have anything interesting to say when they talk to each other?
I can't do it. Fuck it. Do we have anything interesting to say?
When they're having a conversation between each other. Like I've never overheard a conversation between 2 women that was like interesting or engaging. I've had conversations with women that are interesting and engaging, but when I hear 2 women speak to each other, it is just the most empty,
Like,
vapid.
oh my God, did you see
They're
this?
talking about their clothes and gossiping, but I've never heard them talk politics. I've never heard them like ask an existential question. They're not talking about, hey, I read this really interesting thing in a science, but nothing interesting comes out of their mouth.
Come hang out with my friends.
Okay. I'm not taking a shot. I'm asking, like, why have I not heard these conversations between 2 women?
I was literally having a conversation with my friend the other day about just changing, because she was saying our friend, he's like, as comics, we should be able to say whatever we want. We should be able to say the R word. We should be able to say like people should stop telling us-
Republican?
Yeah, exactly.
You're allowed to come out as fucking conservative?
He's like, we should be able to say whatever we want. And she goes, but the way we change, and so our conversation was, if you change the way we approach language, like instead of saying homeless, say unhoused, like it changes the perspective. And this is our conversation. And I agree, there are unhoused people, and I agree changing the language. But part of me was like, can we just gossip right now? Like, I don't
You don't want to have the conversation?
I want to have the vapid conversations, but no, there are women who talk about that stuff.
I was just like,
But sometimes it's too much. Like it's important to talk about those things, but if it's all you're talking about, it's like
yeah. I
enough
mean,
a little bit.
I'm not always getting into philosophical debates with my friends, but like, you know, they're more interesting than like talking about your shoes or something, you know, like or like, you know, breaking down your view of your girlfriend's new boyfriend, you know, like it just.
But that's what like how women process, right?
Okay.
I've read men are from Mars, women are from Venus.
Oh my God. How many millions of copies has that book sold, and how far and how much it's supposed to like help? I feel like it's driven a wedge between the sexes. You know what I'm saying? Like
it helps understand, because I would be like, why I want to be able to talk about things now, and most men, I'm not going to say all, but most need to step away and need to collect their thoughts.
like in an argument?
Sure, or like sure, an argument before they need to address it, or like men want to fix things, right? And women want to talk, like we emote and express through talking.
Yeah.
So I think even though it sounds like sometimes we're not talking about anything, we're just like expressing our
the need to babble.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much the need for schmooze. Yeah.
I mean, that's the other thing too. Like when you're in an argument with that's why men lose the argument every time. Because like I said, we try to fix the problem. We like approach it like, you know, problem solution. And women do not argue like that. It's like, well, you made me feel this way.
Exactly.
It's like, well, I don't care how I made you feel. This is what happened.
Right.
This is how we solve the conflict that we have.
Right.
It's like, so you're never going to win an argument if it's how it feels. But I feel like you're not giving me enough attention. I feel like it's like, well, I can't change how you feel. I'm doing the things I'm supposed to do, but I can't help that you don't feel the right way about what I'm doing.
But then like I hear what you're saying.
And of course, the men's going to lose that argument every time. Like, how can you change someone's feelings?
You can't change someone's feelings, but you could say, well, I'm no therapist, but I've been to a lot of therapy. I don't know, maybe you could say something like, you got to do the I statements. I hear you, and I could see why you might feel that way. How could I make you feel more wanted?
Oh, so we got to do. How can I help your feelings?
Yeah.
Fuck my feelings.
Yeah,
what about
yeah,
you?
yeah, exactly.
See, I just throw it right back at women. I hit them with the feelings too. It's like, well, I just give them. I say, well, I don't. I feel like you're being irrational. I feel like you're being disrespectful.
I feel like you're being crazy.
Yeah.
Just like
I mean, you really want to fucking kick an argument up to the level 10. If you're in the middle of an argument, call your girl crazy.
Oh, yeah. But like what my sister and I, like we fight a lot, and I feel like a lot of women, or just maybe my sister, it's semantics of words. Like if I said to my sister, "You're acting like a bitch right now," she goes, "Don't call me a bitch." I said, "I'm not saying you are a bitch." I said, "You're acting like."
Well, I've said that
right
before.
now.
Like I've never called a girl a cunt, but I said you're acting a little cunty.
Right, exactly. You're acting cunty, but I'm not saying you are one. But in this moment,
yeah. But that's also, I mean, that's like a political solution to I mean, you're basically calling them, like it's sort of end around. It's like starting a sentence with no disrespect. You can bet your ass some disrespect's about to follow.
Right.
If someone says that, you don't start a
be,
sentence with that unless you're going to fucking insult somebody.
I'm not trying to be racist.
No disrespect, you're fat and ugly. It's like, what?
Right. Yeah. Everything. I'm not trying to be racist. I'm not trying. No.
Yeah. Once you qualify something, you're immediately letting people know you're about to come with the overhand right.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh my God, my sister and I got in a huge fight at the Hollywood Bowl.
About what?
Like in public at the Hollywood Bowl.
Oh my God. About what?
Well, we were saying
You guys are fighting at a Kenny G concert or some
boys
shit?
to men. boys to men. And she went from sis to bitch real
What happened?
quick. She was mad at me because I was like talking about my job and I was like, I don't feel like super satisfied and I'm not sure I make enough money for me to stay. And she's like, you make a lot of money. And I said, I don't make that much, which I do make decent money. But what I was
It's all relative to whatever you're trying to, do with it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And she just went off on me and was like, how dare you say you don't make a lot of money? People here would kill for what you make. People are scrap. And I'm like, I understand
I hate that. I hate that.
And then she's like, you're going to give dad a heart attack. My dad's 87. And she's like, you're going to kill him. I'm like, why?
Oh, so I'm putting that on you, that guilt?
Yes. Yeah. And I'm like, what? And then I told her, she goes, I'm just like done with you. And I went, well, I've been done with you my whole life. And then
you're dead to me. You just took it to that
and
level.
she went like this in my face.
Oh, what is she, fucking 12?
She's 42. She's 42. I was like, what is happening right now?
A weak flip off.
Like, what is that? What is that? I like have no response. I was just like,
yeah. I'm surprised she flew off the handle so much. But I like about see that's the thing about personal problems. They're like personal. Like no one lives between your ears but you.
Yeah.
So like you could have, I mean, Anthony Bourdain killed himself, right? People would think he has the best life in the world,
course, from what they see.
but he was personally, obviously, incredibly unhappy.
Very.
And there's no way you can live in between his ears. You know, like so.
You can't.
And of course, like, oh, if I was in that position, I wouldn't do it. It's like, yeah, you would hope so. Right,
it's a
but
very
but
life.
we'll see when you get there. You know, like
Yeah.
you would hope, like, oh, everybody does that. You know, when I get this, I'll be happy. When I achieve that, I'll be happy.
No.
When I get to this point, I'll be happy. It's like, well, we'll see.
Yeah, you don't fucking. The people
You
are
know?
always trying to. That's what's wrong. I think with our society, like specifically Western culture, like Americans, like, oh, when I get this, I'll be happy. When I get because this American dream of like having this house, having this car, having this job, making this much money, that doesn't determine happiness.
No, well, and it's also like an evolutionary thing. Like human beings are incredibly adaptable. That's how we're able to survive in horrible conditions and be unhappy in good ones. Like you just get used to your life situation.
Exactly.
Like rich people don't feel rich anymore because they just get fucking used to it. You know, at some point, that's just
Yeah.
how it is.
So you're living my life.
Yeah.
Or like celebrities, like even like on Lady Gaga's documentary, it's a very lonely, sad lifestyle. If you
Yeah, but
like,
I'll still take the money.
I mean, right? The money.
I'm sad now and poor. I'd rather be sad and rich.
Yeah, I'm gonna be sad and rich and be like, I'm gonna go cry on the
yeah, at least I'm crying in my pool.
Yeah, like what do you mean I'm gonna go cry into this Indian Ocean over here? Of course, but it's a lonely lifestyle. So I do have that fear sometimes, the fear of success. Like when I make it really big, that like people will they use you. You have to know who your real friends are from the beginning. That's why I love like Adam Sandler and all those guys who like come up together, like Seth Rogen, Evan Goldberg, all those guys. It's their core group, and they stuck together because they know who their people are.
Yeah, that must be weird to have. Like, I mean, at some point, it's got to affect you if you get that, rich and famous. Like, you start to believe your own bullshit. I mean, because think about it. Like, it's kind of like being a hot chick. Like,
what's that like? Tell me, please. Please tell me.
Yeah, please do tell, Randy.
Please.
Well, think about it. They just think drinks are free because they've never had to pay for one.
Right.
They just think people have boats because all their friends are rich guys with boats. Like, everyone's they think everyone's so nice because they're hot and people want to be nice to them.
Right.
Like I've heard Joe Rogan say, she's like, people in Texas are so nice. So nice. I'm like, yeah, you're Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure there are people in Texas that think that other people in Texas are assholes because they're not kissing this ass of a celebrity.
Yeah, like, oh my God. Yeah, exactly.
Like you got to like it's and eventually that just becomes like everyone around you just is yes, and like the room kind of stops, gets weird when you walk around, and it's got to affect you.
Of course,
it's got to get
everything I want, I get.
Yeah, how do you think a guy like Johnny Depp loses his mind and actually thinks he's a pirate? Like at some point he's living in a fucking
with
fantasy.
a British accent.
Exactly.
I'm half British. I have a passport. You don't see me walking around like, oh, cheerio. Like,
I mean, look at Michael Jackson again. The guy changed race, and people just thought that was normal for him. Like he just accepted like this is what it is.
We're normal, but we were like, this is what he wants to do with him.
Yeah. I've made an argument that that Michael Jackson is more trans than many trans people these days.
Michael Jackson is more trans than many.
Because think about it, like there's a lot of trans people who are like just chicks with a beard, not pre or post op, or like they're pre op. Michael Jackson had an immense amount of surgeries, changed his race, and also started to morph into a woman. He made like a
That's
double
true.
transition.
That's a good. He was the first one. He was the pioneer.
I mean, he really made a big move, you know?
A big move.
big move.
That nose.
I think he
What
should
did
be
that really
heralded as a
nose?
hero. We should look past the child abuse and hold him up as a hero for this.
I didn't watch the doc, so I can't comment on the child abuse. I don't. I've gotten many.
What do you mean you can't comment? We know he did it.
I mean, of course, yes, he did do it, and people.
It doesn't take away from the fact that he made good music, but I mean, like, he obviously was a creep.
Right. I have conversations with my friends. Can you separate the art from the person? Like, can you separate and say I can still listen to his music even though he was a child molester?
I think you have to be realistic about it. I mean, like, every person is flawed, right?
Of course.
So the person you love the most, there are things that they've done and parts of their personality that are absolutely abhorrent to you. But what are you going to do? Like, you can't just throw everyone away. You know, like, and if you're going to toss him, who's to say that you're not next? I've said this before, like, they're canceling fucking Lincoln and shit. Like, pretty soon our grandparents going to be canceled because they were born at a time that they weren't woke enough.
Right, exactly.
You know, like it's like if you judge everything by today's standards, nothing is ever going to be
My
good
dad's
enough.
87. He says something sometimes.
I forgot he's
I'm
dumb
like,
old,
I'm
yeah.
like, you can't anymore, but he's stuck in his ways.
Yeah.
And I try to educate, but you know how you're like, oh, everybody's like complicated. You can't just throw people away.
Yeah.
I have to share a story with you.
All right, let's get to it.
That yes, people are complicated. People make mistakes, but I found something out later, and I had to throw this person away.
All right,
Do
we
you
can
know
name
that-
names on this podcast. Fuck him. No.
No, I'll say his name. I don't care
No,
because
it's all right.
no, I'll say his name because his name is all over the internet and
Ooh.
that new documentary that came out on Netflix, The Most Hated Man on the Internet.
Oh, this guy. Oh, yeah, the fucking the revenge porn guy.
So, when I was on the dating apps, I matched with this guy, and I was like, okay, he's Jewish. I've never been out with a Jewish guy before. I'm Jewish.
Oh my God, your parents must be ashamed of you.
Right? They are. They are.
I've
Not
never
only-
dated a Jewish guy. They must be like, oh my God, this one's going to hell.
I date guys who aren't Jewish and not circumcised. Like, what's happening? You know, I'm like the moil. So I meet this guy on the apps, on Hinge. I'd never been on Hinge before. Not to knock Hinge. I know many people have been on it, but it was not successful for me because I met this guy. I was like, oh, he's Jewish. Turns out he grew up at the same temple that I knew people from. He knew people that I knew. I thought, what could be horrible about this guy? We go out. We're hanging out. We're having a good time. He opens up to me and says he's been to jail before. And he's like, I was an addict. I'm like, that's okay. People make mistakes.
We've all been there. So.
I've dated a lot of addicts. I get that people make mistakes. I'm a nurturer. People want me to like save them.
I've used drugs before.
Yeah,
it's all right.
same.
I get it.
Yeah, all
I
of
get it.
I get it. And he told me, I was like, well, what'd you go to jail for? He's like, hacking. But I didn't know that this guy was the hacker in the documentary.
It was the actual guy?
It was the guy. I'll say his name. I don't care.
Yeah,
His
go
name
ahead.
is Charlie Evans.
Yeah.
And he went to prison for 2 years. And he was the hacker that this guy hired to hack into women's accounts. And I went out with him and didn't know. And I gave him a hand job.
Oh.
And I didn't know. I didn't know.
It's only a hand job.
It was a monster cup,
know.
but it was it was
It's like giving a hand job to Hitler.
kind of. It was, I feel like
I mean, see,
really gross. Like when I found this out, like, it's like, I was naive. And I'm like, I don't really research people on the internet. But then after he told me a couple things, I'm like, maybe I should Google his name.
He only got 2 years?
I know.
Did you give him any nudes? Did you end up on the website?
No. So this happened like 2007 or
Okay, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Maybe you
when that happened. No, this was only a couple years ago. I went out with him. And people, like, I'm like, trying to write a bit about it, but I'm like, I'm offended that there's a documentary out about it and nobody interviewed me.
I know you.
Like,
Yeah, you're like,
nobody.
you wanted to get that internet bump. That fucking.
Like, and like the stories like, where are they now?
Yeah,
I know where he is.
He's
I
here.
know what he's doing.
the same thing.
Here he is right now.
Everybody, please welcome Chris Evans.
Charlie Evans. He
Charlie
was,
Evans, the Chris
he was
Evans
hosting like
actors.
virtual game nights and like trying to hook up with like me, and then like he invited some other girl, and he was like playing both. It was very weird. And then like I found all this stuff out, and then I shared it with this girl, and we were just like calling him out in his bullshit, and, like, please don't talk to us, like, you're a creep. Da, 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 da,
I mean,
da.
in this day and age when you can Google somebody's name, if you're the guy who was behind the revenge porn thing, you got to think. I mean, it's amazing he gets any woman to go out with him, right? Because I would, if I was a woman, I would Google the guy's name before I go to meet him just to make sure he's fucking, like I'm not walking into an axe murderer's, car or something like that.
I was naive. And now, well, I'm in a relationship now, but before I met him, whenever I would meet guys, first thing, Google.
You got it.
Google. I would do like reverse phone number search. I would like, are they catfish? I would like really pay for like Spokio.
Wait, did you also do like the I'm going out with such a guy to such a place, you text a friend, so if they don't hear from you 3 hours, send the cops up?
Yeah, for sure.
That's how fucking scary guys are.
Yeah.
I feel like most guys are just losers.
Well, that's how fucking scary it is being a woman, for sure.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I've made this comment before. It's obviously much more. You're in much more physical danger as a woman. But I'm always
I'm strong. You're like I'm built.
No, men. I mean, just men are bigger on average, bigger.
Kidding.
But like, it's amazing how little like that happens. I mean, it happens, of course, and it's horrible. But you would think, based on, like human nature and the way, the news talks about it, that like 2/3 of dates end up in a sexual assault. Like men are just completely beyond their ability to act like civilized human beings.
Just like, titties, like no.
Because I've said that before to like a female friend of mine that had on a podcast years ago, Trish Alt. I was like, yeah, I don't get how guys can like, get aggressive with a woman like that. She's like, well, you're normal. You're not a crazy person. It's like, yeah, I was like, I want women to be interested in me.
Right.
Like I wouldn't be into it if she wasn't into it. It turns me on. But like, so it must take a weird predatory fucking mindset to be like, I'm taking it no matter what she says.
Yeah,
Like, it's fucking crazy to me.
But also, you like never know, right? Like,
that's the thing. That's the thing. It's an asymmetrical balance. Like, yeah, it's probably going to be fine. But if it goes bad one time, you are now the victim of a rape, which is not what it's like the most horrible outcome possible.
Horrible. Yeah. I would think about it all the time, and I'd be like, I should get mace, I should do this, or take self-defense classes. Like as women, when I walk to my car, I'm looking over my shoulder. I like have my keys like ready to stab somebody.
Oh, the keys in the knuckle thing.
Yeah, just always trying to.
I wonder how many times that successfully saved a woman from anything.
It's
kind of like bear mace.
I try to
like
think
people say it works, but you want to try? You want?
Have you been maced?
I'm saying, but like if a bear is charging you,
oh yeah,
it's like it's supposed to have a really high effective rate, but I don't know.
Time.
Yeah, I don't know if that's what you want to try out.
I would not try. I mean, I'd be like, lock me inside. Like I'm never going out ever again. A bear coming at me, shit.
I feel like
that'd be fine. I like to think I'm a fight person. Flight or fight. I would.
In an animal attack, I want it to be over quick. I'm not, dude. A bear will eat you. Will start eating you while you're alive.
In general, like in life, like I feel like I'm like if a person came at me or tried to rob me at gunpoint or stab me or whatever, I would like to believe I'm like, fuck you, get the fuck away from me. I'll kick your ass. Because when I get drunk, I get like that. I'm like, did you touch my ass? I will like fuck somebody up. No, seriously, it happened at a club. I was like, what motherfucker? And I pushed him.
I'll run.
Right.
I'm a giant coward.
But I realize I am a flight person because my friend one time we were high and on a hike and he like went up on a rock and I didn't see him because like a bunch of us were walking and I was high and talking and he jumped out and went rawr, and I went and I ducked and went into a little ball on the ground. And I was like, I'm dead.
You just freeze?
Dead. Yeah, I froze.
I mean, that's the thing. You don't really know until you're put in that position. Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. I feel like if you get attacked by an animal, you just want it over quick. Just like if like there's a nuclear holocaust, God forbid. It's like I don't want to be surviving in the desert, scrounging around eating beetles. Like I want the bomb to drop on my head. I just want it over. I'm not afraid of death. I'm afraid of dying. Like like having a long, slow. Like if you just put the lights out, it's like how could you be afraid of death because you're not? It's like going to sleep. You're not afraid to sleep. Like
sometimes I'm like, am I going to wake up? I'm afraid to sleep sometimes. Why do you think I have so much anxiety? I can't sleep. That's why I like the propofol.
Yeah, being dead sounds relaxing.
Dying
sounds horrible.
Go have some surgery and you'll die for a little bit.
Yeah, maybe I'll get into the propofol.
You and I come back addicted to propofol on the next episode.
Just tranquilize each other.
Yeah, like, let's start the podcast. Ready and go. Great episode, guy.
What do you think happens after you die?
Oh God, death terrifies me. I don't like thinking about it. I like to believe in reincarnation or like coming back. Like I don't really understand deja vu. I know it's like a trick our brain plays on us. People say, but what if it is?
Yeah, false memories. You have. I mean, like.
Yeah, but what if
we all have false memories?
But what if you are reliving a life?
I think it'd be pretty sad that I'm reliving my own.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Like if somebody asked me that recently, like, would you do it all over again? Like, no, I'm too tired. Just fucking let me finish this one and go.
But would you be able to do it all over again, but have some sort of insight as to how it went the time before?
I mean, yeah, you think that would be good, but
this is so deep.
But even knowing, that almost makes it worse. Like, oh fuck, I got to live through that again.
Okay.
And of course, maybe I could do it better the second time around with the knowledge of what I've gone through. But it's like, fuck, to go through puberty again. To go in and out of relationships that were a fucking pain in the ass.
Do you think
your family,
born
whatever
again?
else, like whatever other problems you have, your own personal issues.
Well, do you think you're born again into, let's say, the same universe like here, or what if it's like a parallel universe and it's like
A completely
not
different life.
exactly
And then I'm Johnny Depp on the other side of that.
right, exactly. But it's you, but like you.
But would you? That's the thing. You have to have the memory of your previous life.
Maybe it's like a instinctual, like not actual memories, but there's a
Oh.
feeling. I don't know. Now this is getting really I'm confused.
Yeah, because I mean, like if you think like reincarnation, I think is more interesting than like heaven, though. Because think about it, like anything forever becomes torture.
Yeah.
You know, at some point, like if you do something like, oh, you live for eternity with your family. It's like, fuck. Could you imagine a Thanksgiving dinner that lasted an eternity? Your family would hate each other.
Randy,
you know what I'm saying?
on
Like
a
heaven
cruise.
sounds like torture.
I'm going on a cruise with my family for 7 days, and I already want to jump ship. What do you mean?
You're packing a noose?
Exactly. Find me hanging. I'm going to be like drunk in the club, like on the cruise ship. Oh my God.
Where's the cruise from?
It's out of LA, so we're just going to like San Francisco, Santa Barbara, San Diego, Ensenada, and back. It's my parents' 52nd wedding anniversary.
Wow, 52 years. They still hate each other?
He always jokes about how he gets his dick sucked. So my dad tells
Still,
me
87, huh?
My dad tells me jokes. He calls me. He goes, I have a joke.
He sends you videos of him and your mother?
Oh, God, gross.
Yeah, we started a new OnlyFans. Can you promote it on your Instagram?
Could
We
you
don't have it.
imagine? Can you tell me how to use this?
How is there not a kink for that?
I'm sure there
Old
is.
people.
There is. There's like old.
There's no category. I mean, there's like MILF, but those girls are like in their 30s. Like,
No, I've seen when I'm like scrolling on some sites sometimes. I'm like, ugh, because it's like a woman.
What sites are you on? How old are these people?
Pornhub.
Pornhub, and you're just looking for octogenarians fucking?
That's not what I'm looking for. They just pop up.
Yeah, the algorithm seems to think that's what I'm into now.
Yeah, right? Because I keep saying all the time, my back hurts. I'm old. I'm hurting. I tell my boyfriend, I'm older than you.
All this Googling of freezing of eggs, they think you're dying.
It's like, you're dying.
She's an old fart. She's got to
You're
go.
close to dying, so you should just look at geriatric porn. Porn for old people is probably like watching a hip replacement happening.
Dude, they must be like, like if you're an old person and you're savvy with the internet, you must be fucking blown away by what you can find on there. 'Cause think about it. I mean, like back then, like it's like, oh, you showed your ankles. They were like, holy shit. That's fucking wild. Now you can just see fucking hardcore anal sex orgies and like they must be like, this is fucking banana land.
I don't even know if they know how to find it. I'm sure my dad figured it
Some
out.
old people get savvy with it.
Old people fuck a lot, like in old age homes. There's
like an epidemic of chlamydia.
Yeah.
Which I love that they're doing because I mean, dude, if I made it to 80, I'm starting to do hard drugs and fucking whoever will let me. I mean, like, what's the point? Like, oh, give me AIDS. I'm gone in 2 years anyway. You know, like
80s. Well, that's AIDS. What about a slow death? Well, wait, we have medication for it now. People can live very.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're already old and dying,
yeah. But like 80's not that old. My dad's 87. He goes to the
that's fucking
studio.
old,
he goes
man.
On cruises. He's like living.
I mean, I know he's not dead, but that's still old.
Yeah, that's older.
He doesn't have another 20 years, and he knows it. You know, like. Sorry.
It's like my biggest anxiety.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, but I mean, we all, eventually going to go. So, like, I think that's the key about getting old. Like being, like your dad, like being useful and vibrant and be able to live on your own. That's the deterioration is what I'm afraid of. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, like my grandfather when he
like
fell.
not being old. It's like not being able to care for yourself.
My grandfather was 91 years old. He had 3 girlfriends. He was going on cruises, driving himself to the farmer's market, living his best life. He fell and broke his hip. And the second he lost his independence and he couldn't drive, he was like, I'm fucking done.
Withered away.
Basically just starved himself to death because he was like, I'm just done.
Yeah. See, but that's another thing about getting old. There's a tip for guys. Since we die younger, if you go to an old age home, it's like 2/3 women.
Yeah.
And because it's, their time is short, they want to fuck. You can just be like a beast. It's like being in college, but being 80.
You're looking for a sugar grandma, go now. You can go now. They need company.
I wonder, maybe I should do that for money since I'm fucking broke. I'll be like a gigolo, but for senior citizens.
You're like, here's your medication.
Yeah.
Just like, let me change your catheter.
Exactly. Make it real sexy for them. Give a little attention. In and out, in and out.
In and out.
It's a painful experience. In and out with their cat.
We're so stupid. I love being stupid with you. It's so my boyfriend will say, he's like, you're so silly and like stupid. I was like, stupid? He's like, no, like silly stupid. I was like, okay. I'm just kidding. I don't yell at him like that.
Yeah, do you guys get into screaming matches?
No.
Good.
And when I used to scream like in past relationships because I grew up in a house that yelled a lot.
Oh yeah. Well, I grew up in a neighborhood where that was the thing, and dating Latin women, they used to like to have it out in the street, and that was never me. I'm like, well, I would walk away. I'm like, I'm not doing this.
No,
I
it's
look
like
like a fucking,
embarrassing.
I'm already I'm already trash as it. I don't need the whole world to know by
Right.
yelling in the street. Like
I'm a loud talker. People hear me, even
Yeah.
he'll be like, "Stop yelling." I was like, "I am not yelling at you. Like this is how I talk when I'm
Yes.
passionate about something." And he's like, "You are very loud right now."
Which is a tantamount to saying calm down, and that just backfires.
Right. Just like
Totally back.
yeah, everything. The wings come out, the fangs just hover above him.
So it's going good though?
Yeah, it's going great.
How long has it been now?
It'll be a year on Halloween.
That's right, because you were dressed as like a fucking carrot or something.
A carrot?
you had some weird costume on. Some weird non-sexy
I'll
costume.
send you the picture and you can like put it on this. I was Miss Argentina. It was sexy.
Oh, okay.
From Beetlejuice, so like blue body paint, a red wig.
Okay.
And he didn't know what I looked like.
Oh, that's right. You were covered in blue.
Yeah.
So, but if you guys hooked up, you would have just been like, you would have been like the fucking, the Blue Lives Matter flag, just
Yeah, or
a big white patch in the middle, and then
I would have left them with blue balls. That's what I would have just been like, cradle them and just, your balls are blue. He's like, oh, okay, well, we're done here. No, we didn't hook up the first night. It was 4 a.m. and I just ate a patty melt, and I was like, I'm not.
oh yeah, nothing sexy about onion breath.
Yeah, and he was like, oh well, I don't care. I'm like, I do. It's not about.
Yeah, that's how guys are. We really don't give a fuck.
I hate when you guys are like, oh well, I don't care. You don't need to get Botox because I don't care. I'm like, it's not for you. It's for me. It's not for you.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I get annoyed that like, women say, the patriarchal society is putting these standards on them. It's like men clearly do not. It's women impressing themselves and other women. Yes, we don't need you to wear high heels for us to be. You chose to wear high heels,
right? Because
we would fuck you no matter what. We fucked you when you were barefoot and hairy in the wilderness.
Knuckles.
Yeah. I mean, like this is how civilization evolved because we do that anyway.
Yeah.
So it's really like to show off your girlfriends, to let them know that they're fucking ugly, that you're better than them.
Yeah, I'm better.
It really is like a pecking order between women. It has nothing to do with men.
I can balance on stilts better than you. I can't walk in heels anymore. Like I just don't care. But when you're 20s, it is like what. I wouldn't say the patriarchal, but society, right? It's like what the magazines are putting out, or like
but women are the ones who run those cosmopolitan. A man doesn't fucking publish that.
Victoria's Secret was started by a man.
A gay man. I mean, that counts as a woman, right?
Is a gay man?
Les Wexner? Yeah.
Okay, but still, it's like, close.
Well, he was also a pederast. He was friends with Jeffrey Epstein. So.
Okay, well, there you go. There you go.
So I wouldn't, let's not put him into the normal category.
But what I'm saying is like those things, like heels were invented by a man, or like all these things were invented by.
Well, yeah, they were meant to sell women shit. I mean, like that like women didn't used to shave their legs until Gillette wanted to sell razors to women in the 20s and 30s.
I didn't shave my legs. Yeah,
that's fine. So they started advertising, "Hey, women, shave your legs," and then now they have a whole second half of the market opened up for razors.
Right, but then like in our society has gotten so used to being like women should be hairless, and then now there's women who will grow out their armpit hair, and a lot of guys I'd be like, ugh, gross, but like,
yeah, I'm not into it.
You wouldn't be into it?
No.
Just kidding.
I don't begrudge you, and some guys are like, you do whatever you want.
You do you, but I grew up in the time. I mean, we're like the same age. We were like, no, you don't have hair. So I've had laser everywhere. We talked about this last time. Yeah.
But I mean, I think it's weird that it makes you an asshole for liking certain things. Like, you get that a lot nowadays. Like, oh, you wouldn't hook up with a trans woman? It's like, well, it's just not my preference. Just like I wouldn't hook up with a man because I'm not gay.
Right.
Like, why does that make me a bad person?
No, it's just like, it's your preference.
Like it's very, it's like, wait a minute. Like, you accept the fact that some men are gay and don't want to be with another man, but you don't accept the fact that I want to be with a woman. It's like very hypocritical.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, you're like, you're allowed to like what you like.
Yeah.
And just because
so that's what I'm saying. I don't begrudge any woman to not shave her armpits and let her date a guy who's into it. Just not my thing.
Yeah, it's just not your thing.
Yeah, because I think I feel like. Dude, I don't even like my armpit hair. It's like kind of gross. Like in the pool and shit. Like
it's just like whole wet.
That's not a thing for me.
You know what's gross? Men's toenails. You guys have the worst.
I got nice feet though.
But they're like really thick.
What are you clipping men's toenails to know this? What do you mean thick? Toenails are thick. They're thicker than your fingernails.
I did clip my boyfriend's toenails the other day.
What was that? Some sort of kink you guys are into now?
Yeah.
You did it for OnlyFans?
They were flying and hitting me. I was like, no.
So gross.
He was like, I can't reach them. And I was like, do you want me to
How old is he? He can't reach them? He fucking... Oh, he's getting a little plump. He's a little happy?
He's just not very flexible.
Okay.
That was the subconscious touch.
Yeah, I know. It was like, woof.
No, he was like, I can't reach them. He would hate that I'm showing this. Sorry, babe. And I was like, do you want me to cut them for you? He's like, no, I'm just going to get a pedicure. I'm like, well, so do I. I'm going to go before I leave for Greece in a couple weeks. And let's just go together, but I'll clip them now. And I was like, had to really like put a lot of
Yeah, well, that's
effort
his
into.
toenails. I mean,
My dad has hammer toes, and they're like
oh
hard
god,
and
we
yellow.
got to take care of your feet. That's one of my things. Your hands, your feet, your mouth, any entry, like any point at which your
Any
body
entry
touches
point.
the world. Like if you it's like preventative in my mind. Like if you keep that clean, if you
Yeah.
take care of your teeth, like you won't have stomach problems. You take care of your hands and feet, you'll be able to
Oh, yeah.
get around as you get older. You
Yeah,
got
because the toes, like if the toenails get long, it's gross. It could stab inside. And if you're
yeah, you
laying
get that
naked with
fungi
someone,
toe.
oh yeah, the one in the corner. If you're laying naked with someone, you slice their ankle open, you start bleeding to death because they got the tendon on the back of your ankle. You wake up.
It's like Chucky and fucking
Right,
Child's Play,
exactly.
just slicing an Achilles with someone's toenail.
Achilles, yeah, exactly. You wake up, he's like, officer, it was an accident. Sure.
Yeah, you split a throat with your fucking fungi toe.
Like, what were you guys doing? We were 69ing.
Yeah, you fucking got out of control.
Like, well, I gotta cut it down, man. Cut it down.
That's a sign of love, though. I think I used to try to joke about that on stage, but everyone found it gross. Like nothing says I love you like popping your partner's zits.
Which he
You know,
did.
like
He did that last
you got a
night.
big one on your back.
He
Let me
did that
get
2 nights ago.
You know, like that's fucking. I mean, like when you're treating them like a nurse would. It's like when you're not grossed out by the pus that comes out of their body. It's like, all right, that's true love right
It's
there.
true. It is gross. Like, I don't want to pop his pimples. Like, that's fucking gross. But I was like, I have an itch in my back. And he's like, oh, dude, that's not an itch. That is ready to blow. And I
Oh,
was like, do you
God.
want to get it? He's like, no, but I will.
And he did it with his teeth.
Yeah. He was like, yeah, baby. Do you want some of this?
Yeah, oh my God, you guys swapped fucking
Yeah, we snowballed.
zits. Yeah, so able to zit.
Ew, I'm feeling sick. I feel nauseous from that.
No, but think about it, like like
It is
if you're
nice.
married, like you shout to her, honey, come quick, I got a boil on my ass.
Yeah,
Get it?
exactly. It's like we're monkeys, right? We're all like
Yeah.
apes, and that's what we groom, and that's what we do. And like I did his toenails, he did my
He popped your zit.
zit, and it's so much better.
That's how you're gonna exchange vows at the wedding.
Exactly.
You're gonna clip his
I
toenails on
promise-
the altar, and he's gonna pop a zit.
I promise. Instead, like in Judaism, you break the glass.
Yeah, he pops it.
Pops-
A giant boil on your back. You just fucking-
Everybody come up and
Mazel, and then you eat.
Everybody pops
yeah, and then
a
you
new
eat
one.
what comes out.
Everyone gets one. Everybody gets one.
You put it on the cake. Ugh.
That's so gross. The frosting. I'm so gross. Like my friends watch the Dr. Pimple Popper stuff. Look at me. Look at my body language.
Dude, you know how popular that fucking shit is, man.
how popular it is? I'm just gonna.
Yeah, popular. I mean,
it's
like,
disgusting.
and it's fucked up too because they removed some of her stuff from the internet because it's like too crass or too. I'm like, yeah, it's a medical procedure. I mean, it's not like, it's not like she's giving out hand jobs. She's popping a zit.
It makes like I'm not joking. My stomach is churning. Like when my friends tell me they watch it, like, oh yeah, there was a cystic.
It's hard
one,
to watch.
and it exploded. It's so. Bad.
That's what I want. How do you let it get that far? Like,
Ew, that's like look what's
like
coming
yeah,
up.
yeah, exactly.
Ew, it
It's
looks like,
bug.
it looks like
Yeah, it looks like fucking
zit
juice.
Zit juice.
Ugh.
I'm gonna be sick.
First person to throw up on the podcast. Yeah, but like,
Throw up and then pass out.
how do people let it get that far? Like, it's like, oh, you got a softball sized cyst. It's like, what the?
Like, it'll go
Yeah,
away.
oh, yeah, it's like at the golf ball stage, you didn't decide to go get that looked at. Like,
Yeah, like is that
yeah,
a
it's like
hump?
size of a ping pong ball. That's a little wrong.
Like
Yeah, I got a fucking head growing on my shoulder here.
Is that your twin that is growing out of your
Yeah, it's
neck?
fucking Quasimodo over here.
There are those things where people like get things removed and it's like teeth of their
Oh yeah, like when they have
absorbed
cysts
twin.
and shit.
Yeah, it's like the spinal fluid of like their absorbed twin or something.
Oh my god. You know, some twins eat the other one in the womb.
Yeah, it's gross.
How wild is that?
That's crazy.
Yeah. Would you date a conjoined twin
No.
in a throuple? What is it like? How would what would that be considered?
Well, it's like if one has a personality and one has the dick, then sure, maybe. But,
They share the dick. What if they have two dicks?
Ooh.
double penny?
But they won't be able to like. Could they? I mean, they won't.
Depends on where they're attached at the head. You
Oh,
they can
that's
Eiffel Tower you.
crazy. Amazing.
It really depends.
It depends on where they're attached.
Yeah.
If they're ass to ass, I could do like a reach around.
Yeah. That's the hardest layout.
That's the hardest
Yeah.
layout.
If they're side by side, then you could just go cross country skiing.
That's true. So
Yeah.
how would it work? Yeah, if I lay in between them.
Well, it depends on how close they were side to side, right? I mean, like if they were kind of 3/4 attached to the face, then you can get a double penny going.
Could you date a conjoined twin?
No, dude. Well, just because like it would. I've talked about this with Jeff because there is a pair of conjoined twins. These famous two girls
Did you
that had
marry?
two separate boyfriends.
Oh.
But like Jeff was like, if one of them has sex with their boyfriend, isn't the other one being raped because they shared a vagina? So I would be
Good thought, Jeff.
that would be weird. He's like, yeah, it's like I'm not into the guy, but my sister is. So I have to have my body used. Like,
Do they like go somewhere else, or do they take propofol and knock out, and the other one just like, you know what I'm saying?
they just put a pillowcase on the sister's head.
Yeah, they're just like, shh, just go to sleep.
They give her
Look away.
They give her VR glasses and earplugs.
She's like, I'm on a safari. This is great. That'd be crazy. Yeah, I wouldn't rape unless she just every time has to give consent.
And what if the brother somehow cheats with the sister? You know, like if he's having sex with his girlfriend, but starts whispering sweet nothings to the sister.
She'd hear it.
Does that become a lover's quarrel?
Unless they're just
Of course she's going to hear it. She's right there.
Yeah, exactly. She's going to hear it. She's right there. There's no around. I don't think it has to be a whisper. It's just like, hey, look, I like your sister. Like, there's no secret.
Can we have a threesome?
Can we have a threesome?
I guess we don't have a choice now, do we?
Yeah, like, don't we do one every night? Like, we already do it. Bringing another conjoined twin couple. That'd be crazy.
That's where you got to do it. Because I actually read an article where a guy had 2 penises and a woman had 2 vaginas. And, like, it was like 3 weeks apart. I read like this. Like I saw one article and had a conversation on the podcast about it. And then like 2 weeks later, a guy with 2 penises. They're like, oh yeah, one of them, the larger one, didn't work, so they removed it and kept the smaller one.
I know. I heard about that.
But I was like, but then there was a woman with 2 vaginas, and I was like, depending on the layout, that would be like if his was side by side and hers were side by side. They can
do both.
Yeah, then it's an orgy. It's basically an orgy with 2 people.
But like, if the bigger one, it just didn't work. I was like,
well, it didn't have like the urethra wasn't in it. Like, it didn't. It was just like a dead dick. You know, like it's like a dead dick. Yeah,
like the thing from the sharper image, or like when you the sliding.
Yeah. Those things with your hands, you like bored. Yeah.
Catch it. It's just like,
a sea slug. Yeah.
So there's no urethra, but there was no blood flow. Like it couldn't get hard either.
That's what I did. They didn't get into that. I was curious about that.
But
I mean, if you can get hard and you can't ejaculate or urinate from it, they're not going to keep that.
But can you redirect the urethra? Like, couldn't they do surgery to redirect it? See, I would have been like, keep my fucking big
dude.
Dick.
The woman with the 2 vaginas kept both of them. They were both fully functioning. She got periods from both of them. Sometimes it happened at the same time. Sometimes at different points. Could you imagine having 2 periods a month from 2 different vaginas?
I'm already a psychopath with 1 period and 1 vagina. 2? You're always PMSing.
Yeah, theoretically, she had 2 uteruses. She could get pregnant in both of them, theoretically.
She could get,
think about that. You're over here freezing your eggs, and she has 2 fully working uteruses.
But that's what I'm saying, were they different uteruses? Because she could have 2 vaginas, but were the
She had 2 vaginas and 2 completely separate uteruses.
Damn, she absorbed her twin.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know how that works.
Medicines, people are fucking crazy. Like the body is insane. What about the people who could like orgasm nonstop?
And I got an article about that. We'll talk about it. We'll get into that right now. But like, the thing about the body is like when you have this many billions of people, you know, like just crazy anomalies are going to pop out. Insane. You know, like just wild shit like that.
I like people with tails. That's fun one. Because like we have our tailbone, but like people still grow tail. Like some people are born with a tail.
I wonder, like a long tail, like a dog's tail.
Do you ever see Shallow Hal?
Can you?
Dyslexia.
It's like a Rottweiler tail, like a little
like
nub.
Jason Alexander in the movie has like a little tail, and it's like a very small.
It's like a little like weird dick in the back.
Yeah.
Can you wiggle it?
Yeah, in the movie he was like shaking it like a movie. But yeah. People have those though. Wait, tell me about that.
Oh yeah, so let's get into the news. So the news portion of the show, one of my faves. This one's just for you.
Read the news that much. This is important for me.
I know. This is the critical news. Fuck politics.
Okay.
Women can have 3 types of orgasms scientists discover.
Vaginal, clitoral.
It says a male professor known globally as the vagina scientist. By the way, that guy, God bless him. I wish my fucking nickname was the vagina scientist.
Vagina scientist. What about professor?
He must get a ton of fucking clam.
Ugh. All these names with a clam.
I know.
Like,
I keep mixing it up.
She's gonna fuck. I'm gonna skull fuck her or whatever. I hate that.
I know. I was grossing somebody out calling it the beaver the other night.
My dad. Were you talking to my dad? He's 70. He's called the beaver.
It's old school like that. So a male professor known globally as the vagina scientist has found that women can orgasm in 3 distinct ways, according to earth-shattering new study he published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine. Dr. James Faust, a professor of neuroscience at Charles University in Prague, led a research crew that recruited 54 female case studies who were asked to masturbate to climax using a Bluetooth connection vibrator named the Lioness.
The Lioness?
The Lioness. Yeah, it sounds like an ad for this fucking thing, for this sex toy.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like
the specialized sex toy featured 2 sensors on its side designed to detect the force of the pelvic floor contractions. The most common type of orgasm is called the wave, whereby women reach climax through a wave of tension and release via the pelvic floor muscles. Mm-hmm. The second type was dubbed an avalanche. Women who experience this type of orgasm usually have higher tension in their pelvic floor, which suddenly lowers when they come.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Faust labeled the third type of orgasm a volcano, as it sees the pelvic floor stay steady at a lower tension before suddenly exploding at climax.
And then red everywhere.
Yeah,
Like
and then I
volcano.
guess your anus prolapses.
And then, right, everything falls out.
3 different types.
That's insane. I thought you were
See-
thinking like, oh, vaginal, clitoral, like the different ways
Yeah.
to have an orgasm.
This also flies in the face of like, men are pigs. It's like if women enjoy sex arguably more than men.
We have better orgasms.
That's what I'm saying. You have
Like,
3 types. I don't know the 3 types of nut I got. You know what I'm saying? I got one.
One in your hand, one in one in someone else, and one in your tears. That's
Yeah, exactly.
No. I mean, yeah, they studies say that women orgasms are way more intense than men's. It's just harder for us to reach them.
Yeah, but I think that's a self-inflicted wound. I feel like women like blame men. Oh, you don't make me come. It's like, well, you should tell me how to make you come.
Right, but then that also comes with like, that's, oh my God.
And you also have to know yourself because a lot of women don't know, right? Women don't explore their own, what gets them off.
I have a friend who doesn't masturbate. I'm like, what are you doing?
That's crazy
Like, what do you mean
town.
you don't masturbate? She's like, I don't know. I'm like, well, do you like yourself? Like, I think if people don't like themselves, they don't want to touch themselves, right? Because
I mean, I don't like myself particularly that much, but I do masturbate regularly.
Do you just look away?
I mean, at this point, it's masturbation's a hate crime for me.
Shit, you're a disgusting piece of shit. I hate you. I feel so much better now.
Yeah, no, I feel ashamed now.
I'm ashamed of my filth.
Yeah, I went from sadness to shame.
I mean, I feel that way if I watch porn and then I'll come and I go, ugh, like after
It's like done, yeah.
yeah,
You
I
don't
don't wanna
shut
see
the
your
laptop.
trauma. Like I'm not done watching your trauma to get off. What?
No, I just feel like women, I've
you're
said before,
saying-
take responsibility for their own orgasm.
Yes,
Stop
but yeah, it
blaming
takes a
dudes.
while to like.
Because obviously, if you have 3 ways to do it,
You can get to know yourself. Like that's you're saying. It's important to get to know yourself, but I do think. Thank God we're in the shift of like speak up. But for many years, women were not allowed to like voice their needs and concerns and
true.
opinions. And so to say, well, I need this and I need that. Well, you're just
a whore, yeah.
yeah, or you just need. How do you know you need that? And then also back in the day, do you know this? You could lock your wife or like girlfriend up in an insane asylum for like an argument.
I mean, some things shouldn't have changed.
And I told my dad
That's some things right. At a point.
right. I told my dad this. He's like, yeah, we had a cousin who locked his wife away for 35 years.
Oh yeah, well they used to send you to the doctor for hysteria, and he'd manually jerk you off.
Right. That's crazy. That's insane. But
Dude.
so I think it's taken a while for women to say, this is what I want, this is what I need. And like, I'm very vocal about that. And my boyfriend told me at first he didn't know how to take that because he's never been with a woman who said, to the left, to the right, to the left, to the left,
Yeah,
to the right.
you start doing the
doing the cha-cha.
doing the
slide.
Macarena in the bedroom for no reason.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like, it's jarring at first to hear somebody say exactly where, because usually, I love him. He goes, in the past, I've never had to have direction, and I've made them come every time. I went, sure,
Yeah, right.
sure, every time.
Yeah, I've never had to have directions. Like, well, that's on them. Yeah, you should have known something was up. Like Santa's not real, buddy.
Right, exactly.
Wake up, kid.
The Easter Bunny is not coming to knock again, let me tell you. So yeah.
Although going back to your friend though, you were saying that she doesn't like to masturbate. I feel like asexual people, like people who don't have a high sex drive, it's like a superpower. You know how much time in the day you get back when you have no
Nothing.
interest in sex? You think about how much you can get done if you were uninterested in sexual activity.
Think about
Because you wouldn't worry about relationships then, like being in a romantic relationship. You wouldn't have to go out on dates. For guys, you wouldn't make a lot of bad decisions that we make.
being asexual means you don't want to have sex, but you might want to have companionship, so you want to go out on
True,
dates.
but I'm saying, as a guy, how many mistakes you make just following your dick around, all that stuff would come to it. I could learn how, I learn new skills or a language. I'd get back fucking 12 hours of my week if I wasn't thinking about sex.
that's how I feel about
You know what I'm
Instagram.
saying?
That's why I should delete Instagram. I feel the same way.
Yeah.
Instagram, it's like the same.
Just take your life back.
Yeah, I was like, take my life back, delete this. That's how I feel. No, you're right. It would be so much more time, but we can make the time. You can balance both.
I guess. I don't know.
But who wants to balance?
Who wants to balance both?
And if, man,
There's no fun in that.
Your blood goes to one part, and you can't even think.
Oh my God, it's really pathetic.
It's
honestly,
like caveman. You're like, duh. I'm
yeah,
like, yeah.
it's supremely pathetic to be honest with
But
you.
that's when you should ask for things in that moment, because then they're not thinking, and they'll say, yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, just yes it.
Whatever you want. You got another article?
Oh yeah, this one's
Or let's
great.
try this one.
I love this. A Florida man was charged, of course it was in Florida,
Of course.
with a DUI after driving a motorized scooter into shelves at a Walmart while carrying a bottle of vodka in his basket. Over the weekend, Aaron Gregory, a 39-year-old Florida man, drunkenly sped around a Walmart store, hammered in a motorized scooter with a bottle of vodka in the basket. He drove into a bunch of shelves and nearly ran into customers. We responded and charged him with a DUI. I had no idea you can get a DUI on an electric scooter indoors.
That sounds just like a good time. He sounds like he was living his best life.
Also, Florida. What else is there to do in Florida in the middle of the night? Isn't that like the after hours?
It was Walmart, right?
Yeah,
Walmart. Yeah, because like
Walmart, the after hours nightclub.
Yeah, exactly.
You go there when you're fucked up to get snacks and break shit
and like look at and like talk about people.
and make fun of the other patrons.
Exactly. I mean, I lived in Kansas for college. Everything would be closed,
God.
and we would get high and go to Walmart and like walk around and like do exactly that. So, and I'm sure there's plenty of times where my friends have gotten on motorized vehicles. Like,
we used to do it all the time. All the time.
Fun. You can get a BUI, a biking under the influence.
I know. I've always found that funny because if you're riding a bicycle and you get a DUI, they take away your license, but you can still ride a bike.
Really?
Yeah.
But it's a BUI. It's a DUI or it's a BUI?
There's no license required to ride a bike. It's not
So why is it a DUI? Why can't you just be like, hey, you're just not being safe for yourself? Like we're gonna make sure you get.
That's
home.
what I would.
Like,
Yeah, I'm the one killing myself on this stupid bicycle, drunk.
Yeah, you're not like gonna run over somebody on your bike and kill them.
Yeah, you kill yourself.
Yeah, you're gonna kill yourself. Good riddance if you're driving.
Yeah, well,
get rid of more dumb people.
That's why. That's why I feel like people who ride motorcycle, like every state should allow motorcycle riders to not wear a helmet. Because if you want to be crazy enough to get on a dick rocket without a helmet, good. If you fall off, you should die.
Have you been on one?
No. No, I've never been on a motorcycle. Maybe a dirt bike once. I don't know. I've been on jet skis and snowmobiles and all that kind of shit, 4-wheelers. But I don't think I've ever on a bike.
I've been on a motorcycle. It was scary as shit.
Yeah, it seems like a fucking scary prospect.
I was like white knuckling behind him.
Yeah. Oh, I've done that, dude. I've gotten on a moped in Thailand to get like a taxi.
Oh, that's even fucking.
That was wild. Yeah, that was fucking wild. Those guys are bananas.
I was in Thailand and I was like, I'm not getting on one of these. Fuck no. There's like weaving in and out. It's like that's scary.
I know.
Good for you.
I don't know.
I got on one. This guy was such a douche. He's like, I have 3 rules before you get on my bike.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, what? He goes, 1,
grab my balls.
Yeah, pretty much. He's like, you're just gonna have to hold on really tight.
Oh God.
2, you have to trust me. And 3, and he like did that on my chin and went, have fun.
Oh God.
And
way to go, Johnny Cool. Yeah, fucking her pussy dried up so fast with that. You're like, what a loser.
Fast.
I'm out.
I was like,
what a corny asshole.
What do I do? Yeah, it was not.
How do people not know shit like saying shit like that isn't cringy?
So cringy.
You know, like I'm already disgusted by something that I accidentally let slip, but to say some cliche bullshit like that sounded rehearsed.
Of course,
to deliver a line and be like, oof.
Ugh, I was like, no, thank you.
Yeah, I get grossed out retelling my jokes.
Same.
It's like, oh God, I can't believe I'm saying this shit again.
That one again.
Yeah.
I know. And then people always like, but it's new to people who haven't heard it before. And I'm like, yes, I understand that, but I'm tired.
Yeah, but I keep saying it. Yeah, I know it works, but I hate myself for saying it.
I know, but like if it works, it works.
Yeah,
and like,
give the people what they want.
Right. If it's new, you want to make people laugh. If it works,
keep saying that shit.
Like keep saying it. Like I've been trying to work on new stuff, and like I'm working on it, so it's not perfected yet. But when I'm on stage, if I'm like, okay, I'm losing them, I go back to my shit that I know that works.
Of course, yeah, it's a safety net. You got to get the laughs first and foremost.
You want to get booked again?
No shit.
Like, come on.
That's the point. All right, we'll do one last one. Okay, and I got. There's a woman, but who wanted to get into trans woman want to get into sororities, but that's no fun. There's no fun in that. She didn't get in, but so there's no fun in that.
Yeah,
it can only lead to me getting in trouble for saying something stupid.
Yeah.
Let's go back. Let's go back to my wheelhouse. Yeah, anal sex.
Okay, good. Mine too.
Anal sex taboos put generation of women at risk amid butt boom.
Butt boom.
Butt boom. The most recent statistics provided by the Centers of Disease Control showed that more than a third of women, 35%, aged 15 to 49, have tried anal sex with a male partner. Those numbers, taken from a survey of more than 5,500 women, are perhaps low by a lot, depending on who you ask. A similar survey of 880 women, sexually active adults, conducted by a doctor led by the Future Brand Method, showed that 70% of women have tried anal sex at least once. And they're saying that, it puts them at a lot, like this increased anal sex is putting women at, a greater health risk.
For prolapsed anuses?
Well, I mean, yeah, like saying anal tearing or they said incontinence is the big one. Like women get, their sphincter gets loosened, so they become more and more incontinent. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They don't seem to worry about gay men fucking in the butt.
Yeah, what about the sphincter getting loose? And
how'd they get a pass? We're not warning them about the threats of it.
And they're like, oh, for tearing, you know how much our vagina tears when you give birth?
Oh, I've said that before to buddies and shit.
Yeah.
Like, be like, oh, she's gonna be all like she's had too many guys. She's blowing out. I'm like, bro, she could have a kid. I don't care if she fucks Shaq. She snapped back, buddy. Like,
do some Kegels.
like it's the miracle of the vagina. You know what I'm saying? They could squeeze out a 12-pound baby.
It's funny. I said do some Kegels, and the second I say that, my body just automatically I just start doing them. The second I say the word Kegel, I'm just like, yeah, just do them, and I'm doing them right now.
Working out while you're doing the podcast.
And doing a podcast at the same time. I mean, well, yeah, I've tried it. I enjoy it. It's fine. It's great. But I'm really trying to convince my boyfriend to let me do it to him. I don't want to peg him.
You want to peg him?
No, I don't want to peg. I just want to like a finger.
Why are you into that?
I want it because I heard it's a really good orgasm for you guys. So
okay, I was like, where is your pleasure in that?
Seeing somebody have a really good orgasm.
Watching him in pain.
No.
As I shove a fucking umbrella up his ass and open it.
This is not like this is pain. How about a pinky? Why? Have you ever done it? Received?
Nah, well, I mean, women have tried. I'm too jumpy. I don't like it. I mean, like I've said it before. I have no moral. I wish I liked. Dude, I wish I was bisexual. I wish I was into everything because then it's just more pleasure for me. Unfortunately for me, it makes me too uncomfortable.
But have you tried? Because I think you do. I know.
Oh no, yeah. Women. I've had women try.
You have to like breathe through it and like it's meditative.
Yeah, that's the thing. I shouldn't have to. I shouldn't have to like suffer through the pleasure.
What do you think I have to do? You think I just like slide it right in? I have to like.
Well, some women like it. I mean, you're willing to go through that. I'm not.
Yeah, because I'm
I draw a line.
Because I'm like, I don't know if
I don't even like my balls played with. I'm too ticklish.
Oh my god, he has the same problem. You don't like it at all. What about your
I mean, I don't really. It's not a. They're just there. Like.
Yeah, but like try to just
pay attention to the headliner.
My PSA now is to like try
the head and shaft.
things.
Look at the headliner.
The headline. Just the tip the hat to you. Just like have an open mind sometimes. Like, look, you don't know.
Have an open butthole and take a popper.
There you go.
Yeah. Get monkeypox. That's probably how you get it now.
Just from anal sex?
Apparently, well, yeah.
No, just from.
That's why. Well, it's much more easily
skin
transmitted.
to skin contact is how you get it.
Yeah, and I mean, if the kind of girl that's going to put a finger in my ass, she probably has monkeypox.
Probably. As long as there's no long nails.
It's a little bit of a war zone down there.
As long as there's no fake nails, that would be.
Break off a fucking Lee press on.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Do you know that there's an effort to try and change the fucking monkeypox? Thanks, bud. To try and change the monkeypox name because they don't want to. They find it like I guess somebody found it offensive. I don't know. I guess the monkeys have a lobby in Washington or something. I didn't know you could offend an animal.
So what about chicken pox? I like chicken.
Yeah, right. Where's the chicken lobby? Right?
Yeah,
the Purdue family is fucking annoyed by this.
Like Foster Farms is like fucking up in arms about this. Yeah, I like chickens. Like, why? Oh, chicken pox is fine, but monkeypox?
Monkeypox is
because monkeys are so closely related to humans. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I don't know where that goes.
I don't know, like grasshopper pox. Like, what? Like, come on. I don't know. People are so sensitive.
I know, but we're not on this podcast. We keep it real.
I like keeping it real.
Absolutely.
I love coming here because I feel like I can just like share who I am and not worry about like, oh, what's my joke on stage, which is still sharing me, but like, it's different.
Well, the long form helps. I always took more Reddit to this because I can explain myself. When I make a comment, it's usually it's taken within context, but it's wrong. It just sounds wrong. Let me explain why I said that. Like,
let me tell you why.
Here's the rationale before you just take that and run with it.
And then people will find one clip online and they'll be like, look what he said.
Oh, they have. There must be. I can't. If I ever make it, I'm gonna really relish the cancel video like they did Joe Rogan when they put all the worst things he said in one fucking 10-minute YouTube video.
Oh, yeah.
Mine's gonna be about 45 minutes long, and I mean it's.
Someone's just going to find the video of me where I did something online once that I didn't know was being recorded.
So, it'll be all this podcast.
Yeah, it'll be this. They'll be like, what were you doing? So that'll be it. But this was so fun.
Of course. What do you got coming up, girl?
So I'm going to Greece. So I'm kind of like holding off on some shows right now because like.
How long are you going to be in Greece?
2 weeks. So I'm just kind of like holding off on shows because like I don't want to get COVID before I go and like ruin my trip. Yeah. I mean, I haven't gotten it yet, knock on wood. I think I'm immune, but.
Yeah, it's chosen, Jewish.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just like trying to be really careful, but just like working on writing new stuff, going out. Gonna have a couple shows when I come back. So I'll inform you guys. You can follow my Insta at the Lizzy Weisman, and I'll post about shit and it's my life.
Yeah, follow her. She's the best. What do I got coming up? I'll be in St. Louis this weekend, Helium Comedy Club featuring for Jeff Dice. Come out to that. One show Thursday, 2 Friday, 2 Saturday. The podcast every Wednesday at Ready Set Blow. My Instagram at Randy Valero. But that's all I got for now, kiddos.
Get me on the road. Let's go. I need to go on the road.
Get you on the road. I got to get a fucking manager. You got one, don't you?
Yeah.
Do they help? Well, the long pause says a lot.
I get auditions, but they're not helping with comedy. So it's not like a comedy manager. I've reached out and like, I want to be here and there and I want to do Vegas. And so we're working on a couple things there. But like, I definitely just want to get out of LA a little bit more, like do Vegas, do Arizona. Like I have people in other states who want to see me.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm like, Kansas would be great because I went to school there. So
Oh, was there any clubs in KC? Are you in KC or?
I was in Lawrence, Kansas, so it's 45 minutes from KC, but Kansas City has
Yeah, Kansas City Improv is there.
yeah,
Okay.
they have I think a couple.
I wasn't sure where the school was.
Yeah, in Lawrence, it's 45 minutes.
Nice.
College town, so you can do shit there too.
Nice. I should get a fucking. People told me I should do voiceover.
Do it.
Yeah, I'd like read fucking for Audible books or something. Like I don't know how to go about that though.
I do. I'll talk to you. I mean, I took.
This is why the podcast helps. I have friends who know what to do in this business.
mean-
I am the worst at the business of show business.
Am I doing it? No, but I know what to do.
Yeah, but somebody I know knows how to do that.
Right. I can't wait to get my Adderall prescription refilled, and then I'll get right back on it.
Oh my god, yeah, the magic pill.
Yeah, for sure. I'll lose all that COVID weight finally.
Finally, yeah, get me those amphetamines for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's it for this one. We'll be back next week. We love you. Check you next week. Peace.